Hi, today we are doing IFTA. IFTA tax is fun and you do it every quarter, so that's 4 times a year. People think that IFTA is hard to calculate, but actually it's really not, as long as you have the correct miles and the correct gallons of fuel. There are some owner operators who are leased to other trucking companies, and then I have two of them, and one of them has his own IFTA account, and he does his own IFTA like I'm going to be doing now, but the other one does not want to mess with it, and then he uses my IFTA, and then I calculate his IFTA tax, and then I charge him for that through the driver settlement. I just deduct it from his check, and then I also take a fee for myself for doing this. Like I said, there are people who feel that they cannot do this or they don't want to mess with it, but sometimes companies can charge anywhere from like $25 to like $100 or more per quarter to do this for you. But as you will see, it's not that hard. So just so you know, it's okay if you're an owner operator or if you have owner operators in your company, it's okay that they can have their own IFTA in their own name or they can use yours. It really doesn't matter. As long as they have a current permit in their truck and as long as they have the newest and the current sticker on the side of their trucks, then they're okay. So what's nice about these IFTA stickers, like if you get 10 of them, they're not assigned to a truck. You can just put whichever sticker you want on whichever truck, and that's it. And then you give them the permit, and they're all set. So that's really not hard. And then even when you calculate your IFTA taxes, it doesn't ask you which truck did how many miles and how much fuel. You calculate it all together. So you calculate all your fleet's amounts, the miles and the amounts of gallons used, purchased, and you put it all together, and then you type it into the system, and it will calculate how much you owe or if you're getting a refund. Which is rare, but that happens too sometimes. You can get a refund too. How does IFTA work and what is IFTA? IFTA stands for International Fuel Tax Agreement. And then when they say international, they mean more like 50 states of United States. And then we also have Canada. So Canada and United States are getting more and more connected as far as trucks go. But IFTA taxes are all your state's taxes, fuel taxes combined together, and they will calculate how much you owe for each state, and then they will assign a portion of the tax you pay to each state. So when your truck goes through a state and gets fuel, the driver fuels up the truck, and let's say they spend like $500. You would input the number of those gallons, like say about like 200 gallons, and you will say, okay, the driver drove through this state, let's say state of Texas, and the driver drove 500 miles and they purchased 200 gallons from that state. So getting fuel from that state, you're paying taxes. You're paying state taxes through that fuel. And then if you get a lot of fuel in one state and then you don't do a lot of miles, and they have their own formulas, like what's enough for them, the brackets. But you can either get a refund from that state in case you do less miles with a lot of fuel that you purchased. So you get a refund from that state. But if you go to another state like Oklahoma and you drive 300 miles through state of Oklahoma, but you don't get any fuel at all, or very little, then state of Oklahoma will say, okay, well, you drove through our state, but you didn't get any fuel, meaning you didn't pay any taxes for fuel, and then you used our highways and such. Now you owe us money, and they will calculate that way. They will take a little bit from one state and then the refund in the other, and then at the end it will all come together, and they will come up with an amount that you owe to your state, and then they will disburse that money to other states.